Alright, here we go. This is the big one. This is part 3 of developing Super 8 and Caffenol. And this is the part where either I get one over on those labs that have been charging me so much over the years, or this is where it goes, in the words of Hank Hill, horribly wrong, and I have to go tail between my legs back to the labs. Anyway, I'm using this massive great film developing tank, which is actually used for developing 4 35mm rolls of film at once, but I need something big and light proof to put my Super 8 into. And here's the Super 8. There's a little can of old Soviet. I've been saying it's from Russia, but actually it turned out it's from Ukraine. There's a little roll of Super 8 there. If you have Super 8 in a cartridge, as you usually do, you can just get it out the cartridge, just yank it out of the cartridge. Of course, this has all got to happen in darkness, which is why I'm going to be doing it in this changing bag. Luckily, it does just about fit, although it's going to be tight. So inside the bag, I'm going to open this canister, take the film out of the black bag that it's in, and put it into here. I'm going to do that inside the bag. Let's do it. Okay, so that's that. Wasn't too difficult. Funny thing is, the roll of Super 8, all I need to do is to sort of start pulling out the inside of the core of it, and it all just went. And then I put this bit back on, and the top. Now we're going to fill that with developer. First we've got to make the developer. Of course we're using Caffenol because, well, why not? Why the hell not, eh? I should be making 2 litres of Caffenol this time. So we're going to start off with 104 grams of washing soda. So I now have a funnel. Oh yeah, that's going down nicely. I don't have to measure anything because this bottle is 2 litres, so as long as I fill it all to the top in the end, it should be fine. So in goes the coffee now. There it goes. This water, by the way, is from the dryer. 2 litres is a lot of Caffenol to make, but I'm going to experiment later doing it just with 1 litre, see if it gets the same results. Right, let's get this developing started. In it goes. There we go, 15 minutes starting now. Just going to give it a bit of a slosh around to start with. Listen to that. Alright, let's go down to the bathroom to continue. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it, that's 15 minutes. You can't see it from here, but it's kind of greenish brown now. Actually, no, I'm going to pour some of this down the toilet because it might clean it. So I'm giving it a rinse. This is just a regular shower hose that the house shower head has been unscrewed from. So, right, now I'm going to put this stop bath in there. There's only half a litre of this, but if I swish it around it ought to reach all the bits of the film. So the developing has now been stopped by the stopper. Yeah, never mind. This is Ilford Black and White Fixer, diluted at a strength of 1 part to 4. The full recipe I put on part 2 of this series. Anyway, I'm erring on the side of caution and going for about 5 minutes in the Ilford Black and White Fixer. I can hear the film swishing around in there, it's very exciting. I guess I'm going to try, I'll try and use this one more time. Okay. This is the most boring film ever made. Watching someone rinse out a developing tank over and over. Sorry. Okay, here it goes. Now, I'm not going to be panicked this time if it looks completely black and unexposed when I take it out, because there's some stuff on it you have to rub off called Remjet. And Remjet is short for removed by jet of water. Now here's the film. Let's see if we can get a close-up of that. I can see images. I can see images through it. Right, well the good news, the amazingly good news is this stuff doesn't appear to have remjet on it, which means I don't have to go through the whole roll of Super 8 rubbing this stupid black stuff off it. I can see through it. The images, as I can see through, are very dim, but remember this is a negative. So when I reverse it, there's a good chance I'll have myself a good image there. I'm very excited about this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a rinse with a little bit of soap in the water, and then I'm going to hang it up to dry, and then I'm going to project it and capture it. I've got the Super 8 in water here, just to keep it moist until it's properly ready to dry out. I've been hanging it up in between two windows, and I've just chanced on this. I wasn't going to film this, but I thought this is really good. The Super 8 is all twisted. See, it's all twisted like this, but I found that if you put the box of Super 8 in water on an office chair, you can swivel it and it untwists the film. All you do is hold the film up, turn this round and round and round, and the spirals are becoming further and further apart, as you can see, until eventually it just becomes a very nice, straight, untwisted bit of Super 8 film. And then you pull it up, hang that bit up, and look, the next bit, that's all kinked again. So round it goes. Make sure you find out the right way to go round, because if you could end up twisting it even more. Well, this is fucking insane. This is like something out of a spy novel. I mean, I've got Super 8 film hanging up between these two windows, and I didn't film any of the actual hanging up to dry of the Super 8, which is probably a good thing because I think I did everything possible wrong. I touched the emulsion with my fingers, I dropped it on the floor, I found a big long hair on it, which isn't mine. They're touching each other, I put it the wrong way up, going over this bit. I probably introduced more scratches and spots on the film than... Oh shit, I'm trying to think of a metaphor here, but anyway. I can still see frames though. They're swaying nicely in the breeze here, so at least I know they're going to dry out. I just thought I'd quickly make a detour into my telecine system. Obviously the best thing to do would be to scan every frame of the film, but that's very expensive, and the scanners are like 2,000 quid. And just projecting it on a wall and filming it is, well, a little lackluster. So I got one of these, Sony telecine adapter. Called a VCR4. You project your image straight into this big lens thing here, and it diverts the beam to this little screen here, and then if you turn the knob, it comes through here. So it's projecting the image into that box, so you can film it in a fairly decent quality. And that's what I'm going to use to scan my negative that I've all wound up now into a reel. So I'm very close to seeing what this actual film is going to look like. Right, so this is what came through the telecine, and as you can see, it's upside down. It's running backwards and it's in negative, so it's about as wrong as it's possible to get. And I fixed all of these in Adobe Premiere, although any editing program will sort that out for you. Right, so firstly we're going to turn that negative into a positive. I did this by applying an effect called Matrox Color Correction. As you can see, it not only turned it into a positive, it gave it this purple tint, which I think is because it's the opposite of the greenish tint that the negative was before. I'm going to keep the purple tint because I quite like it. Of course the background's gone from black to white as well. The next step was to flip it round the right way. I used something called vertical flip in Premiere. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now let's get rid of these white borders because they're doing my head in. For this, I'm just using a simple crop. There we go. Now to fix the backwards playing. That's very easy. I just right-clicked on it, selected speed/duration, and clicked the box that said reverse speed. And that's all done now. It's playing the right way. And finally, how about a bit of sound? Well, they don't make sound Super 8 film anymore, the fuckers. So what you've got to do is to record the sound separately. I used my phone, and then sync it up afterwards, which is a lot of work, but really it's worth it in the end. So it's now.
Airplane.
Go. That was my phone. So there we have it. A 30-year-old Soviet Super 8 film developed in coffee. One final note. I was messing around with the white balance controls on the camera while I was telecineing it, and as a result it generated all these nice tints. That's a really old one, that sepia looking one. Looks like it's 1910 with bouncy castles. Anyway, that's it for now. Come back later and I'll show you the results of developing all those other films that I've got. I might try it in a smaller tank next time with just a litre of Caffenol. I might try a different homemade developer like Winol, which is made with wine and washing soda. Whatever I do, I'll stick it up on YouTube, so come back and have a look at that later.